Okay, I'm going to show you how to install this shaft seal. I'm doing this for the mechanics, a maintenance crew. What happened, I'll show you this seal here. This is a seal that was in there, and you can see what's happened here. This thing's got a lot of pressure on it. It's working all day long, and so it started seeping out of here, and you can see how it's all beat up. That's from the constant pressure, and it hitting back and forth. So we got a new seal. So what this is, instead of pulling the whole cylinder, the mechanics will have one of these seals in stock that starts getting bad. You can see it's got some right here on the face of this where it's been pressurized and it's starting to work the seal. You can see that right there, what it did. Okay, so I'll give the mechanics another seal. This is a backup cylinder, but it's a real pain to jerk this thing out of there. They had to bring a crew in to do it. It's a big machine. So I've lubed this up. This is a new seal, and we're going to try to work this in here. So they would, basically what they do is they'd pull, they would take the, now it might be a little bit hard, they would take the platen off the front of this, get to the front, remove the faceplate, and then slide a new seal in there. Now it's going to be kind of tough. You want to start it. Let me get a rag. We're going to start it and try to get that worked in there, because where the stiffener's at, it's kind of flared out a little bit. Okay, there is a little bevel on there, but sometimes they're a pain in the butt. Let's see if we could do it. And then I'll send this video to the mechanics and let them see. But you want to get a little brass punch here. We're going to try to start it. You don't want to hit it too much. It might be a problem. We're going to have to work that down in there. Get one part of it started. I'm going to have to use a few screwdrivers. It's kind of a pain in the butt to do this. Okay, but there's no other way to really do it. So we gotta do is work this down in there, and we need to get one part of it started. Okay, it looks like it's going there. And this might take two of us to do it. Might need another guy in here with a couple screwdrivers if I can't do it myself. You know, you can see how it's flared out. It's wider here. We got to overcome that. That's the part where the seal is. See, it's you know, you can see that there. But I'm going to try to do this. Sometimes you pull this out and kind of go at an angle and get the part of it started. You might have to put a pick in there and roll it down and then have someone tap. It might take two of us to do this. See, it just wants to bounce back. Okay, that's why I'm kind of showing this video, because it's not easy to do this. I'll see what I can do here. I might have to come back and get someone to help me on this. Okay, that stiffener is part of the problem. So I'm going to try to get a screwdriver in there. You know, you got to be careful doing this. You don't want to mar the sealing part up. So you got to be real careful. But there's, you know, you could have a tool to try to do this. Okay, but it's not a common thing, so it's not worth going to that trouble to do this. But this is what I'm showing you here is a maintenance thing. Okay, we don't want to. Okay, see how I'll put a couple of screwdrivers in there. Like I said, I might need to get one of my guys over here to help me knock that in. Okay, we got to get it started, and we can work it around. And then we'll take the cap. Okay, we'll take the cap. You can see here I'm having a I wish the bevel was better on the head because you're not going to just push this in. Now there's one other thing we could try doing. Let me put the cap on here and see if I can screw it in and it'll put pressure evenly. Let me show you that. Put pressure evenly. It might pop in because there is a slight bevel on it. Okay, so look in here, make sure you got this lined up. Let me get about 4 bolts and I'll just take a ratchet and I'll hand tighten and then I'll back it out and take a look at it. All right, now I've lubed the seal up really good. We'll see if we can get this to pop in there. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I'll get a ratchet. Okay, I'm going to try to start it with a impact just to get it snug, get the Allen started. Okay, is it not reaching? I'm not sure. Another thing we could do, let's try a mallet on this. See if I can get it to pop in like that. I don't think the bolts, they're not grabbing. So I'll pop it with a mallet. See if I can get that seal to start. Use a lot of grease on it when you're doing it. Let me get in a better position here. What it is, my camera's in the way. Let me move this camera so I can swing on this a little better. This might not be a good way to do it. And those bolts are fine thread, so yeah, it's not going to do it. Okay. All right, so these bolts just aren't going to reach, so I can't really do it that way. Yeah, see, they won't reach in there. Okay, so that's not going to work. We're going to have to try it the other way. Well, what I'm going to have to do is probably get someone to help me do this. Okay, yeah, it's right there. It's just getting it started. You can see. All right, stand by. I might have to do, because I'm in here on the weekend, I'm going to have to wait probably to get some help. Stand by.